Hi everyone, welcome back to First the Coffee Crochet. In this tutorial we're going to go over how to make the first crochet coaster. Now this is a great scrap yarn project. You only need 20 yards of a medium 4-weight cotton yarn for each coaster. I did use Lily Sugar and Cream cotton yarn for this. You also need a 4.5mm crochet hook. Stitch markers are optional. You want a yarn needle to weave in your ends and a pair of scissors. Now this pattern is in US terms, and the finished size of each coaster is 4¼ inches or about 11 centimeters across. And the initial chains at the start of each row do not count as a stitch unless otherwise noted. And as always, there is a written version of this pattern available on my website, and I'll leave a link for that down in the description below. So let's go ahead and get started on this pattern. Okay, to start our coaster, we're going to create our slip knot. To start out for our foundation chain, we're going to chain 4. And then we're going to join this using a slip stitch. And this will give us a little circle. You can alternatively use a magic circle if you'd like. For round 1, we're going to chain 2. Now this does not count as a stitch. And now we're going to do 12 double crochets into this ring. So you'll just yarn over, insert your hook into the ring, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, then yarn over and pull through the remaining 2. And just do that 11 more times into your ring. And once you have 12 double crochets, we're going to use a slip stitch to join the first and last stitch. And that'll give you 12 stitches for this round. Now for round 2, we're going to chain 2. And it's a good idea to keep the second one a little loose, because that's going to count as the top of a double crochet. So this is the initial chain in this pattern that does actually count as a stitch. Okay, now for round 2, you're going to want to pay attention to your post here, because we'll be doing a double crochet in the stitch, and then below that stitch, in between the current stitches post and the previous stitches post, we're going to be doing a triple crochet into that. So this initial chain 2 counts as our double crochet in our first stitch. So if you look here, this will be going between the 2 posts. So we'll be doing a triple crochet there. So you yarn over twice, and then insert your hook between those 2 posts, pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2 more, and then yarn over and pull through your remaining 2. Okay, so that's going to be a double crochet and then a triple crochet. Then into our next stitch, we're going to do a double crochet. And then again, between the post of our current stitch and the post of the last stitch, we're going to do a triple crochet. Okay, so again, double crochet into this next stitch. And then below that, in the space between the 2 posts, do a triple crochet. And that's all we're going to do all the way around, is just repeat that. When you get to the last stitch of this row, you'll have 24 stitches total. So you can go ahead and pause the video, and I'll meet you back here at the end of this round. So your last stitch will be a triple crochet. And remember that this post you're seeing here is our initial chain 2 at the beginning of the last round. We're not counting that as a stitch. So once we have all 24 stitches in the round, we're going to join our last stitch with the top chain 2 of that initial chain we did at the beginning of the round. So for round 3, we're going to chain 2. And again, this does not count as a stitch, and we'll be starting in our first stitch here. So what we'll be doing for this round is we're going to be stitching all into the spaces between our posts on this round. So starting with the first one, this was the post of the first stitch, which was our initial chain 2 in the last round, and this is the post of our last stitch. So we're just going to do a double crochet between these two posts. Right, and then between the next two posts, below our next stitch, we'll be doing 2 double crochets into that. And then on to the next one, just 1 double crochet into that space. And then in the next 2 double crochets. And that's all we're doing in this round, is repeating 1 double crochet in one space, and the following space 2 double crochets. And at the end of this round, you should have 36 stitches altogether. You can go ahead and pause the video, and I'll meet you back here at the end of this round. At the end of this round, it should be 2 double crochets into that last space. And then we're just going to use a slip stitch to join our first and last stitch. So now you should have a total of 36 stitches in this round. For round 4, we're going to chain 2. And again, this does not count as a stitch. So in this round, we'll be starting again in that first space there below the stitch. And we're going to do 2 double crochets into that space. Right, over the next 2 stitches, we'll be doing 1 double crochet in each of the spaces below the stitch. Right, and then in the next stitch, we're going to do 2 double crochets into the space below that. Right, and then 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 spaces. And that's all round 4 is 2 double crochets in one space. And then over the next 2 spaces, you'll do 1 double crochet in each of those. And that'll increase your stitches in this round up to 48 stitches. You can go ahead and pause the video, and I'll meet you back here at the end of this round. At the end of round 4, once we've reached 48 stitches all the way around, we're going to join our first and last stitch using the slip stitch. And then we'll go ahead and mark the slip stitch. And what we're going to do for round 5 is just slip stitch all the way around the edge. And it's just 1 in each stitch. Go ahead and slip stitch into that first slip stitch that we did. And at this point, you can go ahead and fasten off and weave in your ends and enjoy your new coaster. Thanks for watching, and if you like these videos, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you can be notified as new tutorials come out.